Fragile X syndrome, also known as Martin-Bell syndrome, is the most common known cause of autism worldwide. This rare disease may cause intellectual disability, behavior and learning challenges, and certain physical traits. It affects 1 in every 4,000 males and 1 in every 8,000 females. That means that males are twice as likely to be affected with this syndrome, and it often presents itself more severely. Typical characteristics that lead to the suspicion of this syndrome include elongated face, broadened forehead, large ears, dental crowning, hollowed chest, scoliosis, speech impairment, flat feet, lazy eyes, prominent jaw, and more.
Fragile X syndrome is caused by a defect, the expansion or lengthening of the FMR1 gene located on the X chromosome. When the gene lengthens, it switches off production of a protein that is involved in brain development and other functions. It occurs when a single gene, FMR1, on the long arm of the X chromosome shuts down and fails to produce a protein, FMRP, which is vital for normal brain development. Fragile X is inherited. The defect or mutation on the FMR1 gene prevents the gene from properly making a protein called the Fragile X mental retardation 1 protein. This protein plays a role in the functioning of the nervous system. The exact function of the protein is not fully understood. A lack or shortage of this protein causes the symptoms characteristic of Fragile X syndrome.
There is no prevention to Fragile X syndrome. This genetic disorder can be shown through testing. There are potential medications that can be given to a pregnant woman that have been proven to be beneficial. There are no medications that can cure Fragile X syndrome, but they can help. Through several different efforts, the side effects of Fragile X can be improved. People with Fragile X syndrome can participate in special education, speech therapy, occupational therapy, and sensory integration training to help improve their condition. With educational efforts, therapy, and support, individuals with Fragile X can make progress. Other treatments may depend on an affected individual's specific symptoms. Genetic counseling is recommended for affected individuals and their families.
Fragile X can be diagnosed at any age from before birth to adulthood. Males are typically identified with Fragile X syndrome between 35 and 37 months old, while females are typically identified around 42 months old. It is more beneficial when the syndrome is recognized earlier in life because early treatment can help children reach their full potential. Fragile X-associated tremor ataxia syndrome is a later onset mutation of this disorder, typically occurring around 50 years of age. Some symptoms of this syndrome include movement and cognition issues that worsen with time.
As said before, Fragile X affects about 1 out of 4,000 males and 1 out of 8,000 females. Both genders are affected by the syndrome, but it is more common in males and generally more severe. Since daughters do not inherit their father's X chromosome, if they are born to male carriers of the mutation, they will not be affected by Fragile X. The Fragile X mutation often increases when passed down from mother to child and down through generations of a family. A mother who carries Fragile X has a 50% chance of passing the mutated gene to each of her children. They can be carriers or have the syndrome. The Fragile X pre-mutation can be passed silently down through generations in a family before a child is born with the syndrome.
Many organizations, companies, and individuals are working together to raise money and gather research in order to find a cure for Fragile X syndrome. Fragile X has had an impact on people's physical traits as well as causing a delay in people's developmental and intellectual growth. Over half of the people with this disability also experience anxiety, and many others suffer from depression, aggressiveness, self-injury, and seizures. Many people give the word disability a negative connotation, yet many beneficial characteristics arise as well. People suffering from Fragile X syndrome also have been associated with having a great sense of humor, the will to please and help others, having very social personalities, and more. A lot of children are able to have an ordinary life when they receive therapy and other related services and only suffer a certain amount of limitations. Check out this video of Eric, who is a 31-year-old living on the campus at Stewart Home and School and is able to live a normal life with Fragile X syndrome.
Eric is 31 years old, and he's from Cincinnati, Ohio. He's been here at Stewart Home School for about 15 years now. He is extremely active. He loves to be a part of everything he can be, particularly sports. He likes softball. He does basketball. He likes flag football, he loves soccer, he loves to keep up with the professional teams online and likes to look at scores the day after the games. He has a ton of different hobbies. He likes to look at Lego construction projects, particularly airplanes and airport terminals. He likes watching YouTube videos about dentistry. He loves his job in the kitchen. He's very responsible with that. He makes sure he leaves on time to go up there to work. He rides the food truck daily to deliver food to the different dorms. He has all the responsibilities of a self-care student. That means he has to make sure his room is clean on a daily basis. He takes care of his own laundry. He's to make sure he gets himself up on time and ready for breakfast, showered, shaved, clean clothes, the whole 9 yards. He does a really good job with that. He's a very good cleaner. I can imagine that he's probably asked to help out on the building with different cleaning projects. He keeps things in the classroom neat. He'll help me out if I need someone to help me with a few little cleaning tasks. He's more than willing to do stuff. He's very outgoing, loves to watch the different activities here that maybe he doesn't participate in, but he wants to be near the action so that he can see what's going on. I don't know that I've ever seen him down in the dumps or sad. He's always got a smile, he's always laughing, he's always just having a good time. Perfect personality, wonderful, wonderful to be around.